we're back.
We're back. We just had a little brief hiatus.
Well, we have family stuff going on.
Yes, we did. It's summertime.
Yes, so it's nice to be back.
It
Yes,
is nice to be back.
it's good to see you, Leslie.
It's nice to see you as well, Angie. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is mental health and mental health issues. I'll also put a trigger warning on this video. Um, if you're sensitive to talk about self-harm, or issues related to mental health, you may want to sit this out or, listen, with, a little care and compassion for yourself.
Mhm.
Let's put it that way. But yeah,
Okay.
we're going to be discussing mental health. It's been in the news a lot lately when people are having breakdowns
Hmm.
and psychotic episodes and self-harming, and it's not just people in the news, it's everyday people as well. And
Right.
it's really just people's mental health is slipping, let's
Hmm.
say, in certain regards. So, yeah, if that's something that you need to hear and listen to, we'd love it for you to stay and yeah, hear what we have to say. We'll make a few suggestions and try to help you as best we can. So
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds
stay
good.
tuned.
Yes, yes, indeed. It is, and it's out there too. I mean, everyone struggles from time to time
Yeah.
with a little bit of, some people say, "Oh, I feel down today." Other people are like, "I'm just downright depressed." And then there's people who take it a little bit further. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I think that we all fit in one of those categories sometime in our life. I mean, I think that
Absolutely.
it's normal. I don't think that it's anything that's bad. As long as you acknowledge that, you're feeling this way, and if it starts to be too much for you to bear, that's when you need to reach out for some help.
Yeah, and I'll put some numbers in the description as well that
Okay.
if you are struggling, please reach out to your doctor, your therapist, your psychologist, your psychiatrist, or whoever you need to get help.
Hmm. Yeah, most definitely. And even if you are afraid to take that step, if you just tell someone, I am
Hmm.
really struggling, I'm afraid I'm going to hurt myself, I'm going to do harm to myself, please help me, and give that person permission to reach out on your behalf because there's someone that could still do a wellness check for you.
Absolutely.
Some
And
people,
yeah, and I've had a few bouts with mental health issues. I had my first one. It was postpartum depression, which I didn't know,
right.
and it was with my second child. Um, and what would happen was I would be fine during the mornings, and then by like 1 in the afternoon, I'd just start sobbing uncontrollably. I could not get out of it. I was in this loop, and I'm like, I don't understand. I was fine in the morning, and just I I couldn't understand it. I didn't reach out to anyone. I never thought of harming the baby, but I did think of harming myself.
Hmm.
So there was that. And then I think if it would have continued, I obviously would have reached out to my doctor at that point. This was about 3 weeks in. And then I think whatever hormone adjustment was off
Yeah.
adjusted itself. And then one day I woke up and I had my morning like usual, and 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock came, and I didn't cry, and I
Right.
wasn't unhappy, and I didn't sob, and I wasn't going to think about self-harm. So whatever happened for me adjusted itself
Hmm.
naturally, but I
Yeah.
definitely would have 100% if it continued. Um, and I
Right.
was fortunate that my body did compensate and kind of put myself back into homeostasis. And that's not always the case for
Right.
some
Right. Because
women with
yours
postpartum
is more
depression.
hormonal than
Yeah,
anything.
it was definitely a hormonal thing. And then the next time was when I had my Addison's diagnosis and I was discharged from the hospital. I've talked about kind of going into hermit mode and actually being afraid to go outside. So almost giving
Mhm.
myself agoraphobia in
Right.
the process. because I was so scared to do anything. I just thought I was going to die. I thought I was going
Yeah.
to die. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of people just really struggling right now, and
mhm.
it's not, and it's okay to say that you're struggling, even if you say it to yourself and out loud, so that you could acknowledge it, and that when you that's the first step of your healing, is acknowledging
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
With everything going on in the world, we've got so many things going on. I mean, sometimes it's overwhelming, sometimes it's too much to be on social media or watch the news, and those are times where you have to take the self-care and get off social media, turn the TV off. But yeah, there's a lot going on in the world, and some people just cannot, they're overwhelmed with it, even though it's not their stuff to carry. They
Right.
still are consumed by it.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, that would be, I would suggest that as a first step. Get off all social media.
right.
Um, don't even scroll. Just
Hmm.
find a hobby, read a book, go outside. You've got to get off the screen time. I think that's extremely detrimental. I just
Right.
spending hours and hours
Mhm.
online, or even just staring at the screen. You guys, you got to get outside, and even if it's a walk around your own block,
Mhm. Yeah.
for
And
Pete's sake.
if there's something that you see on social media that just consumes you, like for me, it's my animals. When I see the suffering that animals go through, it keeps me up at night. So then I think, okay, how can I help? So maybe if you step in and you start using your platform for a voice of whatever it is that's bothering you or overwhelming you or making you feel anxious or depressed, do something about it instead of like curling up in a ball if you can.
Right,
I'm
right. We're talking
not,
like you do what you can. We're
right,
just throwing
right,
things out there
right.
after you talk to
So
your doctor
right.
and your therapist and
But
whatnot.
instead of sitting and dwelling in it and then becoming this stagnant individual,
Hmm.
something help out someplace. If it's political, then go with whatever party it is and be of service to
Yeah,
them.
volunteer. We've got
There's all
midterms. There's tons of campaigns to
there's a
to
lot
help
to
out on.
do to help you feel like you could be of service to whatever it is that's overwhelming you or bothering you if you're
Yeah,
able to.
I
You
like
know,
that. Yeah. Volunteer at the animal shelter if
like yeah,
or
if there's in our as at the shop we used to collect school supplies,
hmm.
because there are some families who are struggling. So if that's what you want to do, then go buy. I sell crayons for 25 cents a box. You could go buy 10 boxes of crayons and some paper. There's things that you could do, and then you could distribute them some way somehow. You go to a food pantry. You could go somewhere and distribute those items if you're becoming overwhelmed with people not having enough money for school supplies or food. There's things like that that you could do, and it could be minimal. You don't have to spend a lot of money. A little bit goes a long way.
Right.
So there's things that you could do to help get yourself out of this and help with whatever it is that you're overwhelmed with. I think that's what I do. I mean, I was telling you before we went on, I was at Target and there were parents with their list, because those lists are long that
They
people
are. They're like
get.
a
And
CVS receipt.
yeah, right. And the parents are already overwhelmed because they're struggling financially. They're having a hard time making ends meet. And now you've got this. And yeah, it can contribute to a little bit of your mental issues that you might already be having because now you're like, okay, I can't afford all this stuff for my kid.
Right.
And you start feeling bad, and then that gets you down.
Hmm.
So if that's maybe get a group of your neighborhood and everybody kind of share, or if one kid gets 5 boxes of crayons, maybe you could distribute the other 4 somewhere else. I'm just saying that there's things that people can do. And like I saw these people, women at Target and moms at Target, and they're just like, oh my gosh, this list is so long. And it's just sad because the kid's like, well, I need this stuff. And the mom's like, okay,
Yeah.
well, what we could get, and it's just hard. And it mentally, it does take a toll on you when you cannot give everything that you need to, especially school supplies. Who would have
Yeah.
thought, right?
Yeah.
But
No,
like
for sure.
if you get extra, give them to someone else.
Yeah,
Spread the
because that glue stick pack has like 5 in there.
right,
Your
right.
your child probably needs 2, so you got
Right,
3 extra. So maybe see if your neighbor down the street,
right.
hey, I've got extra glue sticks, and that they're struggling,
Yeah.
or even if a friend or neighbor may be struggling, like you said, pick up that extra box of crayons for
Yeah.
them, or,
Yeah.
markers or highlighters
It
or
makes you feel
notebooks.
good to be of to help someone who's struggling. You can it makes you feel good within yourself. It makes you, it makes you feel good as a good person to give back to someone else. And
Right.
what is it, a couple bucks for some pencils and
Yeah.
crayons, something like that. Don't go to Starbucks one time.
Yeah. It
And
helps
that
you pivot from that mental
anguish that
stress and
yeah,
anguish to help somebody else, because now you're focused on them and
right,
you're not focused on
exactly.
yourself and your situation. Sorry,
Right.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I keep touching my nose. I've got something. I think there's a hair tickling me.
Probably
I
a cat
trimmed
back.
I trimmed my bangs before this, so I think I've got
I mean, I
something
just think
there.
that those are little things that people could do a little bit with, you buy 4 boxes of crayons for $1. I mean, come on, you know,
Yeah.
you could scrape up 4 quarters somewhere
Yeah.
in the couch or in the back seat of your car or someplace like that. That's and the same thing goes with food. I mean, you know what? I saw an older man I was at Stater Brothers, and he had his cart over to the corner, and he literally had his phone out and he was adding up everything that he had in his
Hmm.
cart. So people are struggling, and it does affect you mentally when you don't have enough or you cannot give
Yeah,
enough.
and there's also organizations that can help you out as well. If there's most communities have a backpack
Right.
distribution around school.
Hmm.
Angie used to do that at the shop, where you guys would put backpacks and school supplies together for the kids.
Right.
So you may have to do a little research for yourself,
Right.
and look at the help that's available in your area.
But
But
it does take your
usually
mind off.
there is.
Yeah.
And
But
if
that
there's not, maybe this is your reason to start
there you
something.
go. Yeah. But you're
Mm-hmm.
right though. It takes your mind off what you're going through to help someone else. So
Yes,
it's helping two people, yourself and whoever it is that you're reaching out to. So,
absolutely.
yeah. So,
Absolutely.
and let's talk about Perez Hilton.
Yeah, I mean, this is the story that sort of sparked the conversation, um, because of the horrificness
Yeah.
of what happened.
I didn't see the video. I don't
I
want
didn't
to.
see the video, nor
I
would I
haven't heard
want to
about
see the
it. I
video.
don't want
And
to
I
see
don't
it.
I don't follow Hollywood and TMZ and gossip. I don't that does not interest me in any way, shape, or form. So I don't really follow him. I know who he is just from just inter news, and I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how I first heard of
Well, he was
him,
one of
but
the original bloggers. I mean, I think he was around
yeah, that's right. Like Paris
before.
Hilton
Yeah,
era, kind
before like
of.
maybe TMZ became, even if they were, I don't even know if TMZ was around when he first
I
started.
don't
They
think
were about the same
so.
time. But he was the one reporting on Hollywood and the
Yeah.
celebrities. And he was a bully. I mean, I remember him being really mean about like Britney Spears and some other people who were struggling mentally. And
Another person who struggles to this
yeah,
day.
he was really really harsh on some of these people, and I think that's one of the things about him that I don't know if he did that because he meant it or if that was a way of him getting people to follow him or subscribe to what he was offering. But he was really mean. I mean, he was really really mean and just and talking about people's mental state, and now look. So is it karma?
Hmm.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know, but we were talking before we hit record, and we both sort of agreed that this might be more than just a psychotic incident. Do you want to explain what we mean by that?
So from I heard about it when I was on my way home from Lake Tahoe. I heard about this and I was like, that's really interesting because he doesn't seem to be someone. But then again, people change. Don't get me wrong, and I don't know him. And then so I went on social media because I was like, this just sounds really odd. From what I heard, again, I didn't watch the video and I have no desire to watch it. But from what I heard, that he was absolutely, bloody from head to toe, naked, and he was just cutting himself. And what he was saying is that you are not going to take my kids. So I started to kind of, do the rabbit hole thing, went down there, went trickled all over. And people were saying that he basically had kind of somewhat sold his soul, to get famous, to make money, way back before he had kids and a family. And this is what he had to do to get where he wanted to be socially,
Mm-hmm.
financially, and in the media, especially with the celebrities.
Yeah, and
And
get
so,
the scoop. He had to scoop everybody
right.
too.
And he did.
He
And
did.
so now it's kind of like, okay, well, now your contract's up and now you got a balloon payment.
Yes.
And
We'll take a child,
right,
please.
right. And so he was saying, you're not giving me
Yikes.
a kid. So basically, from what they were saying is that he did this. I'm gonna take myself out before you do to save my kids. There was also I think it was Candace Owens. I think she was saying that, this is has a demonic feel to it. There's like something dark about it. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, I think it's a combination of I think there's some mental illness there, most definitely, because normal people don't do that. But
Yes.
desperate people who are trying to save their kids do that. I don't know. So I think it's a combination of all of these things that are factoring into why he did this. But the main thing, it's there's a lot of mental anguish there, mental health issues. He obviously is disturbed because who would do that? But then again, it's like, is he doing this? And now it's bringing more awareness to the other stuff, not just mental illness, but did he sell his soul? Now his contracts came due, and now let's make this balloon payment. And then people are saying, and I read too that he turned his life over to God. And so some people are like, okay, so is that a demonic thing going on? I don't really know. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. I'm just like everybody else who's kind of wondering, like, well, what happened to him? And it's pretty disturbing from what
I
I'm
mean,
hearing.
could we say the same thing about David Wilcock?
There you go. Yeah, whole different thing. Whole different thing. He had another. Some people are saying he had a breakdown, but did he? Or was it was somebody after him? And he took his
Right.
own.
He also talked about the frequencies, like they were using frequencies on him
Right.
to affect his mental health.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
and that could
I
be
mean,
it.
it could be a number of things
Right.
or nothing. It could just be
He's mentally ill.
exactly.
It could be. I mean,
So,
people are like, oh, I think he's on drugs. Because why would somebody do that? Because there's people who don't believe in the
yeah, I
conspiracy.
don't think it was drugs were involved.
So I just think that there's a whole lot going on there that we don't see unless you
Right.
read the lines and you start looking at like, okay, this doesn't like David Wilcox. It's along the same line. He just didn't slash himself up naked on in a live stream. But
No, but in front of people, I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
apparently, I mean,
Hmm.
obviously I wasn't there, but that all the reports say that, in front of the police. So, um,
Yeah. So you have to wonder like what exactly is going
what
on.
is going on?
I don't know.
You know,
No, and
it's
I know that I was listening to, they were talking about, I don't know where he lives, but they were talking about these AI data centers, data, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. And they have a frequency, and I was listening to one, I can't remember what state it was in, but the person recorded it, and it's a frequency that it's emitting. And I was like, that would make me crazy. This was
right.
yesterday. This was yesterday that I saw this, or the day before. And I thought to hear that all day long and all night would make you crazy.
Yeah, are we all going to need frequency jammers?
Right.
I
So,
mean, we just the one town over, Rural Hall, they just shot down a data center there, and I was like, thank God. But it'd be like Murrieta putting it in to Lake Elsinore.
well, Elsinore, they do want to put one in here, a data center here in Elsinore, not far from our house, over on Baker Street. And I mean, the residents here are literally raising nine kinds of hell, which I'm so
Yeah.
grateful. I mean, they were going to the meetings. The meetings are getting canceled because I don't think that they thought that they were going to have this fight from a bunch of dummies here in Elsinore. But there's a lot of people who are like, no, it pulls a lot of water, a lot of electricity. And look at that noise it makes. It emits this weird sound, and it's
Oh,
loud.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And I mean, I think there's one data center that wants to pull like 287 million gallons of water from the
From
Colorado
way,
River.
oh, yes, the Colorado. Yes, I did see that.
And here's the thing about
It's
that is
like,
that there's 3 states that rely on that water.
yeah,
California is one of them, and we're already in a drought. So why would they want to keep doing these things when it's going to affect the citizens? I don't know.
I don't know. I think the bottom line is to make money and
Right. Yeah.
fuck everybody else.
Community. Yeah, because they
Move. You don't
yeah.
like it, move. Ugh. You
So,
have these
but I mean,
ridiculous
I don't
statements.
know if that has anything. I mean, I don't know if he lives next to one. I don't know anything about that, but it just that affects mental health as well. These data centers are really messing with people. There's a farmer who said that his cows have not given a healthy live birth in 2 years. So I mean, come on, what is this tell?
I know.
Well, mentally, it's affecting
You
why
know, okay, so we know AI isn't going anywhere. They're
I don't
going to
buy it.
have to come up with some solutions to protect the environment and to protect the people from the harm that seems to come from having one
But the other
around
thing
your
is,
city.
if people didn't use AI, we wouldn't need it. So
Right,
that's
but like I said, they're not going to stop.
but people need to think for themselves. They need to use their brain instead of going to because I admit it. If when we were in the store, I use a Chat GPT or whatever that
Hmm.
was.
Yeah, I use
And
it all
I'm
the
like,
time.
oh, I'm like, no, I need to use my mind. I need to use my brain and not use
I,
AI because I don't want to contribute to what's all going on in this world. So
I
many
know.
people
I
environment.
don't either,
No, there's no
but
for me. There is no but. I just don't use it because I don't want to say yeah I'm going to use it, but then I'm going to be against it. So you have to pick a side.
yeah, well, I'm not against it. I'm against they need, like I said, they need to have somebody come along and say, let's make this safe for everybody
Not
and
going to happen.
not use water and we're gonna have to put it in the ocean. I don't know. I don't know.
If we didn't use AI, a lot of this wouldn't be happening.
Of course not, but again, people aren't going to stop.
Yeah, but if they did, it would make a huge difference if people did.
They're making commercials now.
You don't know what's
They're all
real.
you yeah, you don't know like all the like I get a lot of like marijuana ads and stuff in my feed and it's all AI. You can tell the people talking are AI and stuff. So
I just think
it's
it's all
like
just make your own post with your own words. Don't use AI. Use your brain. Read. Look what they're doing to the books. It's just become a problem, and a lot of people don't want to do anything about it because they want it. They want to use it. They want to participate in whatever it is that they have to offer. And I'm just like no. So I'm not for it at all. I just think it makes people nuts. So go ahead.
I could potentially
Yeah.
um
Well,
but
yeah, because you're just relying on AI. You're not even using your brain anymore. You're letting someone else do the thinking and talking for you.
no, I
Might as
get it.
well.
I can see both sides. So
Yeah. But that to me is enough to make anybody that frequency would make anybody nuts and have some mental illness and issues if you have to live next to something like that. So I'm hoping the one in Elsinore does not go up. I really
yeah,
hope
I
it
hope so
doesn't.
too. Yeah. So, if you guys are struggling, like I said, like we said, reach out to your health professional.
I
Try to get
want
off the screen. Try to go
right,
outside.
right.
Nature heals.
It does.
No, that's not going to cure. I'm not saying that a stroll around the block is going to, cure you,
Right.
but it's certainly better than sitting all day in front of a screen. Even
Mhm.
if you're just watching mindless shows, it's the same thing. You're still numbing yourself with this. And you're a human being. You need to move your body. You need to be outside. You need to eat good food, drink fresh water, and take care of yourself. So this is your reminder. Take your vitamins, drink your water today, eat something good for you, go take a
Like
walk.
have some peppermint herb in your water. That's really tasty. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
have some cucumber. You could jazz it up a little bit because my husband doesn't like plain water. So I make them a little concoction and
How do
put
you not like plain water?
like plain
It's
water. I'm like,
water.
I love water. I'm drinking it.
I
I'm
love
actually
water too. I'm drinking
the
hot water with some herbs.
so I'm having I'm having my Coke, whatever. I don't ever drink Coke or anything like that, but I felt like a squirt today, so that's why I'm having.
Oh,
But there's a lot of things that you could do. You just got to take those little baby steps. You can't curl up in a ball. But again, I know some people who do deal with
yeah,
some
you curl up in a ball for a little while, and then you're gonna need to pull yourself
out of
up
it. Yeah,
and reach out to somebody, your bestie, your doctor. You need
right,
to tell somebody, your partner. You need to tell somebody what's going on so people can help you.
right, right. And go to someone that you trust because
Yeah.
I think people don't want to talk about it because then they're like, oh well, guess who's dealing with the blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Find somebody that you trust.
hmm And there's no shame in taking medication. Some people need medication to balance out that hormonal
Right.
brain chemistry, body chemistry imbalance that's going on. And there's a lot of great medications out there right
Yep,
now.
there is.
So,
Go
so you
find
may
some
need
help.
medication as well and therapy,
But
um,
more importantly,
and a
turn the
good
TV
support
off,
system.
turn social media off, and just take
Turn
the
it
day.
off.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
that's my number one. Just switch it off. I haven't even, all I do is do my posts and I haven't even been on. I look at a
Yeah.
couple different things. Like I look at your stuff. I like to see what you're doing. Make sure you're staying in line, Angie.
Ah, somebody's got to keep an eye
And
on
but
go
that
off
but
the
that's
rails.
it. It's
Yeah.
I'm focusing more on my hobbies and what I like to do and things like that. So
I'm hoping to get onto that too as soon as my babysitting stretch is over. I like to do some things that I have lined up that I bought all this stuff. I just haven't done it yet because I've been babysitting a whole lot, and that little girl is quite active. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to get on that too. So
hmm
I see some good stuff happening soon. So hopefully,
Yeah.
when my babysitting stretch is over, I could get
Yeah.
to work myself. Yeah,
Yes, that
but
would
yeah,
be
if you have
nice.
any
But
questions,
yeah, you guys just, like I said, I'll put some hotline numbers if you guys are struggling. Please
yeah,
reach out to somebody. You definitely don't have to do it alone. It takes a village.
right.
Um, and yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments.
And we'll see what we could do to get you some information to help
Yeah, and
you
some
out.
help.
Yeah. So, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Good seeing you, Leslie.
Good seeing you too.
If you have
Good seeing
anything you
you
would like
guys
to
as well.
talk
Been a
about, let
couple
us
weeks.
know. Yes, it has been a couple of weeks, but I did miss doing the podcast, but
Me too.
I just couldn't do it with the baby and I couldn't do it when I was on the road.
Nope.
But now we're
Nope.
all back and hopefully get some things going and get some
Yeah.
up and about and hopefully we get be of service and we could help some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some good stuff and just might be some fun stuff. It might be everything in between, but if there's anything that we can do, we reach out to us and we'll see if we could get you
Yeah,
some information. We'll do the best that we can
we will.
to get you some information. And hopefully we get all work together and heal, make this world.
Yes. Yes. So, all
Until next
right.
week,
Until
yes,
next week, guys.
yeah. Thank you again. Please let
Thank
us know.
you.
Thank you. It's good seeing you again. Good
Good
seeing
seeing you
everybody.
too. Bye,
Yes. Thank
guys.
you. All righty. Bye bye.